Hi, third graders. We're going to be talking about nouns and pronouns in this little skills section part. And I know we did a little bit about this, so it might be a little bit of a review, and that's okay. A noun is a person, place, thing, or it's an idea, actually, like love or sadness. Okay, so a singular noun is a noun that is only one. It's singular. A plural noun is more than one. So I have examples here that a singular noun is like rabbit, happiness, or school, and plural nouns are more than one like puppies, beaches, and rainbows. Now we're going to look at 5 different rules that are kind of in the English language about changing singular nouns into plural nouns. So if you want to change a word from just one to more than one, this is some of the guidelines that we follow. So if we look at sentence number 1, it says, the President of the United States has a dog. Dog is underlined because that is one of the nouns in that sentence. And then we're going to change it from singular to plural. So then the next part, it would say, do you know that our first president had many dogs during his life? So on number 1, you add the letter S to form the plural. And that is generally the rule for most words. Number 2, President Cavendish Coolidge walked his pet raccoon on a leash. Do you think raccoons liked leashes? Now, on some words, the words that end with an S, an X, an SH, or a CH, you actually add ES to the word at the end of it instead of just an S. So the words, if they ended in X, an S, an SH, or a CH, you're going to add ES to the end of it to make it plural. Number 3, President Coolidge also had a goose. Geese are noisy. Number 3 says some nouns change their spelling. In order to go from singular to plural, they completely have different spelling words, and they are called irregular nouns. Number 4, President Woodrow Wilson had sheep. All the sheep ate the grass on the White House lawn. Now in this one, some nouns, they just keep the same spelling for the singular and plural form. Number 5, during his childhood, President Theodore Roosevelt's son took his pony into the elevator. How many ponies do you think can fit in an elevator? Now, some words, if they are a consonant and then a Y next to each other, you change the Y to an I, and then you add ES to the end of the word to make it plural. Now, there's one little bonus thing that I'm going to point out in this activity. Not just us saying that we have nouns and we have singular and plural nouns. What I want to show you right here is this word childhood. Okay. Some nouns you can touch, you can see, you can feel, like wind. I can see a car, I can touch a house. Anything up here, I can touch a dog, I can touch a leash, I can touch a geese, I might not want to. I can also touch sheep and ponies. Those are concrete nouns. Now, childhood is a type of noun that you can't touch. It's like love, or like before I said happiness, and those are called abstract nouns. And I just wanted to point that out to you real quick so that you do know that there are 2 different types of nouns besides just singular and plural, where one you can actually touch, which is a concrete noun, and ones you can't touch, which is called an abstract noun. All right, and here is our practice. President Andrew Johnson liked mice. He left out food for them at night. Some presidents liked birds. President Coolidge had a white canary named Snowflake. President Rutherford Hayes had 4 canaries. It doesn't seem that any of the presidents kept foxes. The children of the presidents probably had fun playing with That's right, puppies, kittens, and other pets. Now in this one, at the very last sentence, there is an abstract noun. Is there anyone in that last sentence of the children of the presidents probably had fun playing with puppies, kittens, and other pets? Can you find the abstract noun in that sentence? Remember, it's something that you cannot touch or feel or smell. If you said fun, you are correct. Fun is a noun, but it is an abstract noun, as you cannot see it or touch it or hear it. All right, now we are going to look at common nouns and proper nouns. Common nouns are things of just any person, any place, any animal, or anything. They're just normal and they do not begin with capital letters. Now, proper nouns are specific or particular names of things or a particular place or animals that are named certain things and are called proper nouns, and they are capitalized. For example, if I say the word dog, it's just a regular common noun. It's not capitalized. But if I say it is the type of breed, and it's called, let's say, a Labrador, then a Labrador, that breed name is particular, so it would be capitalized. So there's 6 things for us to look at in these particular sentences with us right here. So it's on sentence number 1, it says, Catherine Switzer was the first woman to run in a race called the Boston Marathon. Now I'm going to try my best on this because this little trackpad is not always my friend, but here, Catherine Switzer, it's her name, it is very particular to her, so that one would be a proper noun. I'm going to put a P above it really quickly. Okay. Does not do, oh, here we go. Okay. Now, if I want to then say, look at the word woman, this is not a particular noun or a particular name of a person. It's just what a common noun would be. So I'm going to put C there. Catherine Switzer is a particular person, so it's her proper noun. It is capitalized. Woman is not. Now, if I look at a race, it's a thing that we do. It's common. It's not particular. It's just what we call a race. But if I go back then and I call this race a Boston Marathon, that is the particular special name for that race. And so that's why Boston Marathon is considered a proper noun, and it is also capitalized. So if here we look at number 1, it says particular people, places, animals, or things are capitalized and are considered proper nouns. Number 2, it says specific places such as cities and states are considered proper nouns. So if it is held in the city of Boston and in the state of Massachusetts, those are proper nouns. They are capitalized. What's the common one? Well, the word city is common. And the word state is common because it could be any state and it could be any city, so it's just the common noun. Boston and Massachusetts are the names of those specific cities and the specific state, so that's why it's capitalized. Number 3, it always happens on a holiday called Patriots' Day. Well, if I go with the common noun, it's holiday. It could be any holiday. But if I'm talking about a very specific holiday, it's called Patriots' Day, and that would be capitalized. Now, one thing to note here, 4th of July is also a name of that special holiday, but 4th is capitalized and so is July, but not the of in the middle. Okay. Number 4, all of the days of the weeks and months. Well, here we go. If it falls on the same day of the month, the 3rd Monday in April. Well, the common noun here, it would be if it falls on the same day of the month. It could be any day, any month. But the proper noun would be Monday, and it would be April. Number 5, All countries are capitalized. Many countries, including Kenya and Japan, sent their best runners. Common would be the word country or countries because it could be any one of them. The proper noun, which is capitalized, would be Kenya because that is the special name for that country, and Japan. The last sentence, particular buildings and other things such as parks, buildings, and statues are capitalized. So the race ends near a tall building, the John Hancock Tower. Tall describes building. Building is the common noun. It could be any building, but it isn't any building. It is specifically the John Hancock Tower, and that's why that is capitalized. It's like saying school. There's lots of schools. Any school is just a common noun, but McGillivray is the special name for our school, so McGillivray would be capitalized. And that's the difference between a common noun and a proper noun. Okay, so now we are moving on to possessive nouns. These are nouns that show ownership or shows that someone owns something. And that's where we have to know the difference between a singular noun and a plural noun. So that's why the last lesson that we just did builds onto this one. So we know a singular noun is just one. A plural is more than one. Some of you get this apostrophe confused sometimes. Okay, so if I am saying that I know a boy, that's just one, it's B-O-Y. Now if I say I know some boys, that means there's more than one. It would be B-O-Y-S without an apostrophe because you're just saying that you know some boys, which is more than one. Now when you do the apostrophe is when you're showing that something owns something. So that's what you have to always remember. When you use that apostrophe, it's because you're showing ownership. Something is owned by someone. So if we look at the examples here at the top of this, at the top of the box, in the box on the top, it says the boy's book. That means the book belonging to the boy. It shows ownership. The boy owns the book. So that's why there's going to be an apostrophe. The singular word boy does not end in an S. So we're going to do apostrophe S. And most singular nouns, you just use apostrophe S to show ownership. So we see right here, you just use an apostrophe S to show that this boy, the singular noun, owns something. Now the next two are plural nouns, and this is when you need to know if this verb is singular or plural. That depends where the apostrophe goes. So the girls' pencils, that means the pencils belonging to these group of girls. Or maybe there's just two. Maybe there's two sisters and they own some pencils together. So you would say it's the girls' pencils. And since there's more than one girl, the apostrophe goes at the end of the word. So who do the pencils belong to? They belong to the girls. There's more than one, so the apostrophe goes at the end. Now the next example is the men's pens. The pens belonging to the men. So this group of men own these pens. There's more than one man, so it's men, and then you do apostrophe S to show ownership of those pens. Okay? So let's go through these examples real quick, and then you will be able to do your own lesson in the practice book as well. Okay? Number one, that girl's science project is almost done. Well, it is one girl and her project is almost done. So it's the science project belonging to that girl. So here I'm just going to write an apostrophe S. Okay? Ooh. All right. Bear with me, please. Thank you. Number two, Jess's project is about half finished. Jess is one person, so it's going to be an apostrophe S on this, even though Jess ends in an S. Okay? So I'm going to do apostrophe S here because Jess is one person. The students' excitement about the science fair is growing. So the excitement belonging to the students, not just one, all of them, is growing. So the students means it's more than one, it's plural. So that means the apostrophe goes just at the end there. No apostrophe S, just the apostrophe, because there's a group of students and their excitement is growing. Next it says the teachers' classrooms are filled with busy students. Teachers is plural because all of their classrooms are being filled with busy students. The teachers own, or the classrooms are belonging to the teachers, not just one teacher, the teachers. So that's going to be just a plain apostrophe at the end of that too. Wow, my pen is not doing so great, is it? All right, the next one it says, the children's work will be displayed in the gym. The work belonging to the children will be displayed in the gym. That one needs an apostrophe S. Okay? I know that sometimes this can be a little bit confusing about where the apostrophe goes or when to do apostrophe S. So remember, usually if it's a singular noun, if it's just one thing that owns something, it's an apostrophe S. If there's a group of things and it ends in an S, you just put an apostrophe at the end of it. Okay, thank you. All right, so we're going to do one more practice before it is your turn to do your work in your workbooks. And this is, we're doing possessive nouns again, where something is showing ownership or that it belongs to a person or a noun. Okay, so lots of people are coming to the science fair. Brett's whole family will be there. Brett is one person, so that's going to be an apostrophe S. Next, Cass, her grandma is coming. Grandma belonging to Cass is coming. It's going to show ownership. Now, even though Cass ends in an S, the answer here would be apostrophe S because Cass is singular. There's only one person there. My sister's friend says she wants to see the projects too. Now that means that this friend belongs to the sister, or my sister owns this friend, kind of. We really wouldn't say it that way, we would say belongs to. But since this is showing ownership or possession, it is going to be apostrophe S. If it was just plain sisters without that, that means there is more than one sister. Okay? When we want to show ownership or saying something belongs to. Right. The next it says, we set up a special area for all the visitors' coats. Well, who do the coats belong to? One or all of the visitors there, so it's going to be S apostrophe. We do not put another S at the end, but we do put an apostrophe to show ownership or possession. After the fair, we found 2 women's scarves on the floor. These scarves belongs to the women, and women is going to end in an N, so I need to do apostrophe S on that word.